is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirts, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another top 10 rookies. This time is for February. This list has changed a lot, but one thing I will say about this draft class is there are a lot of quality players. Maybe not superstars, maybe not franchise players, but there's a lot of guys I see a long time future in the NBA. Whether it's the players that didn't even make this list. Miles Bridges look like a player that can be a starter if he can get a jump shot. And even if he can't, he can be a starter anyway, depending on what team he's on. Kevin Knox, I wanted him to make this list, but he just shoots so bad. But his upside is so high for his age, his body, his length, his size, his ability to rebound, his ability to shoot the three, and the fact that he's a shot maker. He's just not making enough because his jump shot not wet enough, he's not strong enough. But you see the potential. Even Landry Shamet, a guy that can be a rotation player, a seventh or eighth man off a bench, and be a solid starter when his number is called. I think even a guy like Mitchell Robinson that can be a double-double once he gets the minutes and once he learns how to play defense without fouling and become a better team defender. He can definitely anchor the paint. He has the size. He has the speed. But he hasn't fully developed enough yet to make a huge impact on the team. But I can definitely see it. Number 10, Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges has had one of the more disappointing seasons. I made a video about him not too long ago saying how disappointed I was. He can't really create his own shot. Has become a solid three-point shooter. Not great, not bad, but okay. He has been with the steals what we thought. He plays in the passing lanes very well. He can strip you off the dribble. He's a good help defender. If somebody rotates or goes into the post or try to throw a pass, he can intercept a lot of passes. And he can get out in transition, get layups and dunks. I expected him to do more because he did go to college for 2 years. He did develop, and he had an NBA-ready skill set, which was being able to switch, guard multiple positions, hit the three, and he's a lanky defender with good hands. And, you know, he hasn't been the perfect role player for the Suns. It's just that he doesn't really do much else outside of that offensively. I needed him to do a little bit more, become a better playmaker, get some type of shots off the dribble, at least get to the paint. But if he's not really getting a spot up three, he's not really making that much of an impact offensively outside of transition, or even just getting steals and lead passing it to somebody ahead of him. But he has a load of potential. I wonder, will he be the superstar or will he be a bust? Or will he just be a role player, kind of like Trevor Reeves, a guy that everybody like and respect, but never really took his game to another level, and just became more of a glue guy. Shai Gilgeous has fallen off a lot. He had got off to a tremendous start. He has been mediocre to bad at best. He went from being the top 6, top 5 rookie each month to being a guy that's at the bottom. He can't score consistently. You know, teams are starting to figure him out. They're forcing him to shoot. They're starting to take him out of that paint, which he lived in all season. He's going to have to find other ways to stay effective. He's going to have to get a spot up three. He's going to have to play better in the pick and roll, whether it's they go over or under the screen. He's going to have to find ways to score. His playmaking ability was always a question coming into the league, and he hasn't really shown that he can be a great playmaker on this level. He has potential because he has the size and he has the ability to probe a lot, but outside of that, he hasn't been a great defender, and he hasn't been able to really make that often as much as they would like. Now the fact that he's struggling to score means he's really struggling to do everything that helped him be good. Hopefully he can figure it out, get some floaters back in there, be able to knock down some spot up uncontested threes, and hopefully he can make better decisions as his career goes forward. But he is a rookie. He was a rookie that was very raw. He had a lot of potential, But at the same time, they thrusted him into the starting lineup, and now he has high expectations because how he played in the first 2 months. Wendell Carter, he has been the guy that fell off a little bit. He has shown that he can be a versatile forward or center that can be a great defender, rebounder, that can be solid and space out the floor once his jump shot continues to develop. But we expected a lot more out of Wendell. It's just too many players that play at this position. They don't really need him to be much right now. They're not really forcing him to be a big part of the team right now. And you just see it. He doesn't get consistent minutes and he doesn't get consistent touches. But the guy can set good screens. He's good at dribble handoffs. He can hit mid range to 3-point shots if open. He can also put the ball on the floor, which you don't see often, but he can do it. And, he can't anchor that paint. He ain't the best rim protector yet, but he has showed signs that he can be their defensive anchor that they've been looking for since they lost Joakim Noah. But he has to get the minutes, he has to get the playing time, and he has to be able to get consistent touches with the ball to really make a huge impact like he did in Summer League. But they don't really utilize him that way so far in this season, and you start to see his number drop from the beginning. Now they're coming back down to earth also. Alonzo Trier, number 7, this is a guy a lot of people don't talk too much about because he is an undrafted guy and he hasn't really made any crazy games or anything that made his name pop up in the headlines. But he's been one of the most steady rookies, giving you good mid-range scoring. He can pull up from three off the dribble, off the bounce. He can hit fadeaways in the mid-range from 15 and under. He got a floater game. He can get to the rim at the top of the key. He can also be a solid playmaker off the dribble or with the ball or off the ball. He keeps the ball moving, and he can be a guy that can be a threat off the ball because he can shoot mid-range and threes. So he's one of the more well-rounded rookies. He's shooting a good percentage, over 45 from the field. He's shooting good from 339, and he's been consistently averaging double digits the entire season. I think this is a rookie that a lot of people are sleeping on. I made a breakdown about him showing his game, but he hasn't really changed his game that much. He just doesn't get the touches and the minutes consistently every game. He got a long-term contract, and he's proven that he deserved it. But at the same time, I would like to see him get a bigger role with this Knicks team if they moving forward. But I see that they want to lose and they want to develop other players. But Trier is one of their best players. I'm surprised he ain't really getting the love that he deserves from David Fizdale. 6, Jaren Jackson Jr. He has been phenomenal. He's injured right now, but I still want to see him become a better rebounder. Just because you play on the perimeter doesn't mean you can't rebound. You see guys like Kevin Love and them that can give you 10 rebounds and still give you outside shooting. He's shooting good from 3. He's shooting good from the field, which should be better because he does go inside a lot. But he's showing that he can post up a little bit. He can post up guys with the switch. He can shoot over them. He can hook over them. He's showing that he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. He's shown that he can be a decent spot-up three-point shooter, a thing that we've seen that he could do, but he has proven so far that he can be a floor-spacing guy at the 4 or the 5 and knock down threes consistently. He's not an elite three-point shooter, but he's shooting the three better than what a lot of people expected, including me. Plus, he has two-way versatility, being able to rotate and use his length inside to contest and block shots. Plus, he can get steals because he's athletic enough to reach in and recover real good. So I'm liking me some Jaren Jackson. I thought he was going to be one of the better rookies. He was one of my favorite rookies when I went to Summer League, and he's showing his all-around versatility and showing that he can be a great glue guy at that 4 position. Kind of like Wendell Carter. The only difference is I think Jaren Jackson has a little bit more upside than Carter. Other than that, they kind of play alike. But I think Carter has rebounded better, but I feel like Jaren has been more of a better shooter and scorer, but is a pick and choose. 5, Colin Sexton. He dropped. He was in my top 3, top 4, but he dropped to 5. The NBA starting to figure out that Colin Sexton just likes to come off screens and hit mid-range jumpers and spot up threes. I told you if Colin Sexton can hit mid-range jumpers, if he can continuously hit spot up threes, that he's gonna have a good rookie season. But the fact that they know that he wants that mid-range jumper and that spot up 3, the NBA has changed and forced him to drive a little bit more. He ain't the strongest. He ain't the best. He's not that strong and he's not that physical, and he can't really finish around that paint. Now he has a floater game, he has a pull-up game, but once they force him to drive, he's just not strong enough to get to the rim, and he's not strong enough to finish. That's something that he's gonna have to work on, but it's gonna come with years of developing his body. He was one of the smaller guards coming into the league, but he has shown that he can be a quality NBA player. His biggest hole, though, is his decision making. He's not the best passer. He does get tunnel vision a lot, and he does struggle scoring consistently. Some games he can get hot, but most games, once he rely on that jump shot, it continues to fail him. And then if he can't drive, he just get neutralized. And the NBA is forcing him to drive. He can't really do that at this point. Plus, he never was a great shooter. So you start seeing his efficiency drop. And the fact that he has become a decent 3-point shooter has really helped him out this season because they give him those shots or they leave him open. And he's been knocking them down all season. But he's going to have to find a way to get some go-to moves if they take away his first option. He has to have a second option. Plus, he has not become the playmaker. He's more of a scoring guard. Kind of remind me a lot of Kemba when he first came into the league. But Kemba ended up developing into a 25-point scorer and a 36% shooter from three after not really being able to shoot or finish his rookie year. You know, he became a multiple-time All-Star. Still not a great playmaker or passer, but he became one of the better scorers in the league. And I think Collin Sexton averaging 15 a game shows you that he can score on this level, given the minutes and given the touches. But can he make his teammates better? Can he become an elite defender? Can he really finish in that paint, being so small and so little? He has a lot of potential, but he has a lot of room for development. And he's a rookie. He's just playing above expectations, but he also showed a lot of flaws. And he has come back down to earth too. And he went from being top 3, top 4 to number 5. Big Bagley, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest Bagley person, but he has been one of the best rookies when healthy. His ability to grab rebounds and finish around that rim. If you don't pay attention to him, he's gonna slip right to that paint and get a dunk. If somebody plays in the pick and roll, he rolls very hard and he goes up strong. He doesn't think about it. He doesn't try to finesse it. He just goes up and just brutalizes that rim. He's willing to take threes. He's not shooting the three ball that well, but if a lot of teams are sacking off him so far that he might as well shoot it, and he's knocking down them and he's showing confidence that he can make that shot. He ain't doing well from the three, but he's showing that he's not scared to take them if they're going to give it to him. His rebounding has translated. He is a high energy guy. He's going to get you a lot of offensive rebounds. He's going to be able to get the rebound and finish around the paint, whether it's through layups or, but most of the time it's a dunk. And he's showing that he can really be a solid starter for this team. Like I said, why would you trade for Enes Kanter when you got a guy like Marvin Bagley, and then they ended up trading for Barnes and giving Bagley the minutes off the bench? And he has shown that he can be an Enes Kanter type guy, a guy that can knock down threes every blue moon, hit some mid-range, get some offensive rebounds, finish around the rim, and really keep the defense guessing and honest, because if you don't pay attention to him, he's going to hurt you. And I done seen Bagley tear up a lot of teams for not respecting him, tear up a lot of teams for not guarding him or forgetting about him. He benefits a lot from having Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox because they draw so much attention and they can really create their own shot, and you really got to respect them, meaning that you might sleep on Bagley, and he's been tearing teams apart that sleep on him. The guy that moved up the most was Trae Young at 3. Now, I know Trae Young has been phenomenal the last 2 months, but if I'm talking about the whole season, it's 2 rookies that's been better than Trae Young this entire season. But when you talk about the more recently biased, Trae Young is the second best rookie. But right now, I got him 3 because he has played better the last 2 months, a lot better the last 2 months, and his team has won more. But when I talk about the complete season, he's still number 3, but he has made a lot of progress and moved up high on this list. He's the biggest mover on this list. His ability to shoot that 3, he's letting that thing fly like he did in college, but it's dropping. In the beginning of the season, he couldn't get it off. They was double teaming him. They was trapping him. Now that they put in Herter and Bazemore and Prince, and then you even got the other guy that they got at the shooting guard position, A lot of these teams just can't deal with Trae Young because he's running through screens. He's pulling up shots if you give him too much room. If you don't give him too much room, he's blowing past you, hitting floaters. If you don't guard the floater, he's dumping it off to Collins, kicking it out to shooters. And the fact that he got a nice little pull-up jumper makes him hard to guard once everybody knocking down shots. And you got to respect people. They put the right amount of talent and the right amount of floor spacing around him. And John Collins getting healthy helped. And obviously, people knocking down their three-point shots make you have to stay in front of him. And if you can't stay in front of him, he's getting to the paint, getting layups, getting to the free throw line, or hitting floaters. And if you don't guard him and go under the screen, he's pulling up that three from 25, 27, 30 feet, and it's going in right now. That's how he played in college. People thought he would struggle, coming into the NBA, but he has proven that he can play at this level. And he has proven right now that he can be a quality starter on a playoff team. The thing is, how long is it going to take for this team to become a playoff team? Can they really win with Trae Young, or will they just be a team that's okay with a point guard that can really take over but can't really carry them to the promised land? They traded down to get Trae Young. It looks smart right now these last 2 months, but I still want to see can he do it for the rest of the year and how he will improve coming next season. So his playmaking has been amazing. He keeps his head up to survey the court. He makes the right passes depending on where he goes on the court. The dude is phenomenal right now, and I have to give credit when it's due. He has played above expectations, and his playmaking has really helped his teammates better. Like I said, Colin Sexton struggled as a passer. He struggled as a decision maker. Trae Young is scoring more points than Colin Sexton, getting a lot more assists than Colin Sexton. Plus, he's showing that he can be a more dynamic player because his ability to get the mid and outside game and being able to not be scared to get all the way to the paint. His finishing is not there, but at least he's willing to get to the paint and try to attempt to finish or even draw a foul. You need to be aggressive in the NBA. You need to make the defense guess. You need to make the defense honest, and you need to keep the defense moving. And I feel like Trae Young probing and moving and going through all the screens and always being a threat to pull up or hit a floater keeps the defense guessing. That's something that he beat Colin Sexton in right now, and that's why he's number 3. DeAndre Ayton, like I said, my biggest problem with him is that he don't care enough. Some games he feel like he can dominate. Some games he can care less if he touch the ball. He doesn't try hard enough defensively. He's a good rebounder, a double-double guy as a rookie. He's very physical. He's an athletic guy. He can knock down the mid-range. He can play make a little bit. He can make the passes in the pick and roll. He can read the defense. He can roll to the rim and dunk. He can catch alley-oops. He's a decent free throw shooter for a big man. He has all the world potential. He just doesn't have the want it factor. He doesn't try hard enough. He doesn't give it his all at every possession. He doesn't really care enough defensively. He doesn't put enough effort to dominate each and every game. It seems like he's nonchalant. If he gets the ball, he gets it. If he don't, he don't. If he scores, he scores. If he don't, he don't. Even if he don't even try hard enough to get blocks, he doesn't try hard enough to rotate or even contest the paint, but he has been the second best rookie when it comes to numbers, and he has made um, proof that he is an NBA ready player coming in and giving you 16 and 10. I think Trae Young might be the second best rookie by the end of this season, but when I look at the whole entire season, he's been shooting over 50%. He's been giving you a double-double, and he has had some very dominant games throughout this season. He just hasn't done it consistently, and he just don't have that fire in his belly to continue to push himself to get better. I'm not saying he doesn't work like it, but when he's on the court, he's very careless. He's very lackadaisical, and he just don't really seem like he cares if the team wins or if he dominates, which is kind of weird considering that he was the number 1 pick, and a lot of people thought he was the best rookie in the draft, and that's why number 1, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic has been the complete opposite of Ayton. I've been saying it all year. He wants the big moments. He wants the ball in his hands. He's not scared to take the shots. He's been giving you triple doubles all across the board, showing that he can play make, showing that he can rebound, showing that he can pass. He has become a deadly three-point shooter because he can do it off the dribble. He can do it off screens. He can play on and off the ball. He can get to the paint. He's a decent free throw shooter. He's a decent mid-range scorer because he can do the pull-up jumper, or he can just come off a screen and just float it up. He has been able to play with any type of big, whether it's a rolling big like DeAndre Jordan or a big that can space out the floor like Dirk or even Powell. or he basically been the best all around rookie all season. But I feel like he has gotten even better, especially when it comes to passing and decision making. I feel like it was a little iffy because they were trying him and Dennis Smith, but now they just gave him the keys. You can play. You are our best player. You are a franchise. Go out there, play your game, do your thing. We're going to ride and die by your decision making. And it hasn't really led to W's, but it has led to a lot of phenomenal performances for a 19-year-old. And the fact that he's about to be 20 shows you how much potential this guy has. He can literally be a 20-point scorer that can give you 7 and 7 like James Harden or LeBron. He can be a 25-point scorer that can give you 7 and 7. He can even give you a 20 and 10 one season because he's that great of a rebounder for his age and for his position. The sky is the limit for Luka Doncic. This guy was a guy that people felt like he had a limit. He only can get so good. He only can get so much better. Can he really be a 25-point scorer? The guy has showed you that he can be whatever he wants to be. He wants to be great. He puts himself in those positions. He thrives in those big moments. He's not scared to guard the best player. I've seen him guard James Harden. I've seen him guard Steph Curry. He wants to be great. He wants to show that he's dominant. He wants to show that he cares about winning. It eats him up when he misses shots. It eats him up when he's not getting it going. He has that fire. He has that factor that makes you great. You put in the work and you want to go out there and do it. You feel like you can score anybody. You feel like you can call anybody out. You feel like you can do whatever you want to on the court. You feel like the guy hitting step back threes and just laughing and smiling because he already knows that it's cash. The guy looks phenomenal. He looks like an all-star. He looks like an all-NBA player. He hasn't got to that level just yet. His team isn't winning like you would hope, but he has shown improvement. He has shown that his ability is unlimited. And I didn't know that coming into the season. I knew he could be a star. I knew he could be a franchise player, but I didn't really see a triple-double. I didn't really see him being able to get 25, 30 points in a triple-double. If he can do that and get his jump shot a little bit more wet, get his finishing ability a little more wet, work a little bit more on his free throw shooting, and, continuing to improve his decision making. And as the talent around him gets better, he's going to be even tougher to guard because you got to respect his teammates more than you do now. So, woo, he's going to be unbelievable once they start putting the right pieces around him. And once they start finding better pieces that fit with him, he's going to be a phenomenal player. And he already is 25 and 7 as a 19-year-old. He ain't even 20 yet. And he's putting up numbers that even Carmelo, LeBron, KD, Blake Griffin, Dame, Kyrie, John Wall, majority of the rookies that came out, he's putting up better numbers than them. And he was supposed to be the guy that couldn't really explode to the rim. He wasn't going to be a great defender. He only going to get so good. The guy seems like he has a limited potential because he understands the game, he knows the game, and he wants to be great. And he's willing to study, put the work in, and go out there and execute and do it on the court. And that's the mentality that you want to have if you're going to turn your franchise over to him. And he's showing that right now, that he can be whatever he wants to be. He can be as good as he wants to be, and he's willing to put in the work. I want that guy on my team, and right now he's showing that every single game this season. So let me know what you guys think who's the rookie of the year so far. Let me know who your top 5 rookies is, who your top 10 rookies is. Did I sleep on somebody? Did I overrate somebody? Should somebody be higher? Should somebody be lower? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my channel. I got breakdowns, I got tributes, I got discussions just like this. I also do Summer League, I also do NBA Draft. I also cover damn near the whole NBA every single day. I try not to miss a day. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. That's why I continue to make them, because you guys enjoy them and I love making them. So, Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know who y'all best rookies is this season.